First, I need to clarify one common misconception. Iceland's Strongest Man and Strongest Man in Iceland is not the same competition. These are two different competitions held by two different promoters. The Strongest Man in Iceland is a competition held by Magnus Sverrir Magnusson, who is, the biggest and, most respected referee in the world and 4 times world's strongest man. And Iceland's Strongest Man is a competition held by Hjalti Ursus and Hafthor's family, sort of, and Hafthor. And Iceland's Strongest Man is, I think, a 27 or something. It was held first time in 80 something, and Jón Páll Sigmarsson competed in this and won this. Magnus Sverrir competed in this, and Hafthor competed and won this 10 times. So it's a very old and respected competition. But Magnus's competition is held by Magnus, who is probably one of the most influential people in strongman, probably. So you really want to impress him and get maybe a chance to compete in some bigger competitions. So these two competitions are both big. So it's objective, I guess, which was more important to me. They're equally important. So yeah, now that we had that out of the way, I want to talk about the Strongest Man in Iceland competition that I competed in the beginning of June, on my birthday actually. And you have to excuse that sound, it's the sound of my washing machine, I'm doing laundry. But anywho, I competed in this competition. It was a very good competition. It had 6 events, and I want to go through them. I was striving for podium or top 5. I'll be honest. I was striving for top 5. My dream was like podium. Like, oh my god, if that would happen, that would be amazing. But yeah. So I trained okay for this. I came in the body weight of 170 kilograms, and yeah. First event, we had a natural stone loading medley. 4 stones, pretty heavy. First stone 130, second stone 145. The third stone 165, and the last stone 186 or something around that mark, 183. So a heavy natural stone, big, awkward, strange stone. And I saw pretty soon that it was going to be a race for. It was going to be a race for the first 3. I tried picking up the 4th, like in the warm-ups. It was really hard to get a grip on it. So yeah, but I was nervous. I'm not, everybody says I'm supposed to be good at natural stones, supposed to be good at atlas stones, but just because somebody's supposed to beat something doesn't mean he is. And in my experience, I'm a little bit slow. Like first two stones went up no problem. Then the third stone, I stumbled a little, almost getting to the platform, and then I finished it, and I tried the 4th one, and it just wouldn't go up. But that's okay. There's only one guy that finished the 4th one. Anywho, that little stumble on the 3rd stone, it cost me like 3-4 seconds, I think, and that's what put me from 3rd place, close to 3rd place to like fifth place. I was 5th place in that event. So just tiny little stumble just cost me like 2 points. It was frustrating, but like, yeah, okay, fine. That's how it is, awesome work from all the other guys. It was amazing to see. These events are always so hard to predict. But Kristján Jón Animal, he got the first, like the only guy who got the last stone. Amazing. It was amazing to watch him perform. So the second event was an event that I'm very good at, that I did very well last year. It's the Cactus medley. So we had 14 kilograms, 16, 18, 20, 22.5, and then 25 kilogram kegs. And I was, 5th in line to go, I think, around that mark. I was in the half. So yeah, I noticed the competitors, a lot of, guys were struggling with it, a lot of, but I knew that I could get them all in warm-ups. I've been training it well, focusing on speed, just, throwing them straight up, not looking back. And I did just that, and I tossed them all over, just, no problem. And then the last one, instead of like last year in the Western Viking, we had this exact medley, and I took the last one and just sort of Did 1, 2, 3, and then put it up. But this time I just decided to like just as soon as I grabbed it, toss it up, and it went way over, and it was just amazing feeling. Just it was no problem for me. It's a great event. I train it a lot, but of course I have natural advantages being 208 centimeters. But still I train it. I still put in the work. But this is strongman. Just to see who can do the best. Out of all humans. Who is the most capable. It's the same with basketball. Just being tall is better usually. And in most sports, being tall is a good thing. But anywho, yeah, first in that event, really happy, good points. And then we went on to the third event, the final event of Saturday. And that was the max BK deadlift. Now the BK deadlift is a little bit elevated deadlift from a normal bar, but not as much as like an 18-inch or silver dollar deadlift. It's still pretty. It's not that far, from the ground. But it also has a power bar. It's not a deadlift bar, so it's very strict. It doesn't bend much. But anywho, coming into this, I have been training this very well. Last year I pulled a new PR of 300 kilograms. I went for 320. It wouldn't go up. This year in training, I have been pulling 340 kilograms for 2 reps. So I was confident I would get at least 340. But after the events before, I was worried it might have taken something out of me. So it was a chess game, a real big chess game. Like who's gonna go for what weight? Who's gonna should I skip the 340 and go for 360, or should I skip 320 and just go to 340, or what should I do? Eventually, I decided to skip the 270 kilogram weight, went for the 300. But then decided to do just each weight just to make sure I get those points, because yeah. So 320 went up easy.
Já, vel gert. Þá fylgjum við í 340 kíló.
340, it went up relatively easy.
Koma svo!
Sjáum að komið svo.
Koma, drífið sig í stöðu!
Já, það er að mynda lengra, þetta flestir hérna.
Setjast í brókina! Upp með þetta! Já!
Já, þessu. Vel gert. Þá fylgjum við.
And then I went for the 360 because the guys, who I was tied with on 340 did not go for 360 or failed it. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna fucking lift this. Excuse me. I'm gonna lift this weight. And I went up to it, just crazy, hammering my hands on the box and just, trying to get myself in the zone.
Koma! Gefa allt í þetta!
360. Þetta er bæting.
Nálaður hana!
Theodor Guðmundsson.
Koma, grimmur!
Á vega er að kveita þig.
Hanna! Og ekki hægt að toga! Alla leiður! Koma!
But because, most of the guys who were, there were so few guys left, the rest time was so, we didn't get any rest time between lifts, from the 340 to a 360, I barely had 2 minutes of rest. So, it was just take the suit off, wait for 30 seconds, then put the suit back on and get in it, and lift it. And it broke off the floor a little bit, but didn't go up. It was close, but Fresh, I know I would have pulled it, but that's strongman. So I was equal from 4th place to 8th place in the deadlift. Me, Andrea, Christian, Paul, and Vilnius, we were all equal on 340 kilograms. So, but 340, I'm happy with it. Like, I pulled 300 last year, so that's a 40 kilogram improvement in a year. That's really good for most people. So, just gotta keep going, keep making 40 kilogram jumps. Next year I'll pull 380, then the next year after that 420. So Christian Jón and Christian Sindri, they tied on 1st and 2nd with 380 kilograms. So one thing I forgot to mention, after the first event, Stefán Karel Torfason, who won Iceland's Strongest Man last year, after the first event he decided to pull out. And he was one of the big 5 contenders for first place. Who I had my what was the biggest contender, one of the biggest contenders, and he decided to pull out after the first event because he's been feeling sick. He has been having stomach issues, lost 8 kilograms or something. After he did that, I was like, okay, maybe I have a shot at podium. Maybe I'm gonna do all I can to do it. So that's the end of the first day with a deadlift. Really happy with it. I should have used sunscreen, sun lotion. I felt so, I came home to rest and, recover for the next day. And I just had a massive headache just from sun sting, what's it called? Sun overexposure or something. So yeah, just wanted to be in darkness under my bed, not talk to anyone, just put my phone on airplane mode, just apologize. I couldn't answer any birthday wishes or nothing. My family tried calling me and I was just I can't answer the phone right now. I just have to rest. I felt so bad. So I was a little bit worried about the next day, but everything goes on and the next day comes and I gotta get ready and I go. The first event of day number 2, the 4th event overall, was truck pull. Now, if I'm gonna be honest, I had heard that I had been getting some shit, and a lot of the guys were talking, because they had held 2 truck pull exercises, and I hadn't shown up. And I used the excuse that my arms hurt after I do a truck pull, so I decided just not to show up because I wanted to practice more of the pressing and stuff. I wanted to train other stuff because practicing truck pull just affects me so much. But in honesty, there was other things going on in my life that I just couldn't control and couldn't show up for those exercises. So it was a pretty I was a bit sad to hear that all the guys have been talking behind my back, that I wasn't practicing and, I wouldn't come training, how stupid I was and stuff for not doing that. It was a little bit, sad. I was sad to hear that. But, anywho, that's what strongman is. We're a bunch of little girls who just talk and talk and talk and talk. So, I guess it's just normal. I'm guilty of it too at some points. Anywho, let's stay positive, keep going. On the truck pull, I felt like I had a point to prove, so I went into this I was, I'm gonna show these guys, what I'm made of, and I went into the truck pull and placed 3rd.
Og 170 kíló, að þetta ætti nú að liggja vel fyrir honum.
Koma þetta!
Hæðina og þingina hérna rétt. Það getur gert mjög vel. Það smá. Þingandi byrjun. Hvort það kostar það.
Keyra upp hraðan! Koma!
Placed 3rd in the truck pull. It was really tight truck pull, just a few seconds split between everyone, and it was just a few nanoseconds behind 2nd place in that event. So it was close, and in the future I'm probably gonna try to train it more, because I'm supposed to be good at it, with my body weight and everything. I should be pretty good at it. But yeah, so I was really pretty happy to get third place. A little bit like, yeah, I'll show these guys a little bit. On to the fifth event, the semi-final event. On to the fifth event, the aluminum block pressing. I was in my history of competing in strongman, I have always been like zeroing on pressing events or getting next to last place or whatever, something around those lines. Doing pretty badly at it, but I had been training this pretty well. 100 kilograms were nothing. I did 110 in training, so I thought like we had aluminum blocks from 90 kilos, then 100, and then 110, and then 120. And I had my my mind fixated on the 110. I thought it was going to be a race for the first three. That not many guys are going to do the 120 after doing all of the other ones. But so yeah, because I had done the 110 in training, I was just like, maybe I can do it. Maybe it's going to be tough after doing the first two in the same But anywho, when it came my turn, eventually, I'd seen most of the guys had only done 90 or 100. Only the one guy before me, Villius, did 110, and he did it in a time of maybe I think 50 seconds. So I saw like I have to beat him on speed, because I knew Christian Sindri, they're amazing pressers. They're gonna get all four, most likely. Or do all three like in very quick time. So yeah, I knew I could maybe beat Villius on time. So I decided to one motion the first aluminum block, just take it straight up to my chest, press it.
Theodor har varit lyft till himmels.
And then the second one, 100, it still went up pretty good. And then 110 kilograms comes the big one. And I decided to give it all I got. And
Má hvetja mannen! Pressa det! Atna!
I got it. I got the 110. I was really proud of myself, really happy. Celebrate a little bit, but still went for the 120, just that we wanted to try.
Kom on! Atna í þetta! Nægur tími! Alla leið!
And it went a little bit up, but I couldn't make it all the way. So, but still very happy with the 110, and that secured me third place in the aluminum block press. So third place in a pressing event, that's unheard of for me. So I was just so happy with it. It was it's a new thing for me. I guess I'm a bit better when it comes to strict pressing overhead. Instead of, I'm trying to work on my push pressing. It's something I'm trying to work on right now, and it's going well, and I'll just keep working on it. But also it's just a fun little turntable. It's because I've been strict pressing the log all winter, and it seems to be paying off. My static strength overhead is rising, and that's just super. For a tall guy with a 7-foot wingspan, to be good at pressing overhead, it's not that common. It takes a long time to work up that strength, so it's all going well. I'm happy. So, coming into the last event, I saw Christian was in the first place in the whole overall competition by far. Next place was Christian Sindri, and then Villius. No, then me, and then Villius. And it was sort of a battle between second place to fourth place. Who's gonna be on the podium? It was a battle between me, Kristján Sindri, and Viljus. Who's gonna, get in the podium, like in the final event. It all depends on the final event. And I saw, like, if I do really good there, I might, I might. Yeah, after watching all the other guys go, I saw how tough it was. The final event, it was a 200 kilogram dock walk all the way to the end, then go over to next to it to pick up 140 kilogram farmer's walk, each hand, walk it all the way back. And the best time wins, or the furthest distance if nobody finishes. And I saw a lot of the guys were having a lot of trouble with dock walk, and then when they got to the farmers, there was just so little energy left in most of them that like almost nobody finished. The only guy that finished, I think, out of the guys before the top four was Andrea. He finished, just in the nick of time, before the time was up, and that was a pivotal part in me getting the place that I got. So it came to me and Viljus, square to square. Viljus is an absolute animal when it comes to moving events. It's insane. He doesn't maybe look like the biggest and hugest. He's 118, 17 kilograms ish and pretty fit. And he's just, it's like he has metal rods in his legs that they won't break down once he goes on the moving events. I was pretty happy that I was keeping up with him on the dock walk. Then it came to the farmer's walk, and I picked it up, and I start going, and I just noticed, like, when you're looking there, I can see what's going on there, and I just see him like just past me, like, in just supersonic speed. And I was just like, okay, fuck, I don't care, I'm gonna finish this no matter what. I'm not dropping it, I'm finishing. And I managed to do that. I just finished, maybe, I don't know what time it was, maybe 35 seconds or something. But I was really happy with that. I finished it without dropping him in once, any of the implements. So I was really happy. Now all that was left, I knew Viljus had beaten me. So it was all down to how the next event, how the next two guys, Kristján and Kristján Sindri, went. And they went. And yeah, Kristján, of course, just sails through it so easily. But Kristján Sindri had a little bit of trouble with the farmers after the duck walk, and he was not able to finish it. It just was 1 meter or 2 meters left, like it was so close. But anywho, because Andrea finished, he got in between me and Kristján Sindri, so he got taken back 2 points behind me in that event. And that, in the end of the competition, after the 6 events, that was the final event. Second place, third place, and fourth place, so me, Viljus, and Kristján Sindri were all tied on points. That's Magnus Ver just said, like, he's never seen this ever happen before. At any point in time, like second, third, and fourth place being tied. And Kristján was like 12 points ahead of us. So like, but Magnus was pretty clear and adamant, like as soon as that came out, that we were following the World's Strongest Man rules. So in the event of a tie, the tiebreaker is the last event. So who places the best in the last event gets first, and then second, and then third. So Viljus did the best of us three in the last event, so he got second place overall in the Strongest Man in Iceland, and I had the next best time after him, so I got third place in the Strongest Man in Iceland 2022, and sadly that leaves Kristján Sindri in fourth place. I can understand how how frustrating that can be. But you know, that's strongman. That's just how it is. So, oh yeah. So, I got this bad boy. I got 3rd place in the Strongest Man in Iceland 2022. And I'm just so proud of myself. This is my first ever podium at a strongman competition. This is my first ever trophy, just in general. And you know, I've always wanted a trophy all my life. You know, I had always these great friends that were like athletic guys in the beginning of my childhood that have all had all these trophies for accomplishments in so many sports, and I was always very jealous. Like, I wanted to be good at something. I wanted to be, you know. So getting this, it means a lot to me. I have a couple of other trophies, but one is for like 10th place at the Magnus Classic. You know, it's 10th place. And then I have a trophy for like the most improvements in basketball in like the 15-year-old class or something, the 16-year-old class. And that, you know, that's just not, you know, most improvements. I had gone from like a total rookie who knew nothing just to an average player. You know, it's not something that I'm proud of. So, but this I am. Sterkasti maður á Íslandi 2002, 3. sæti. Yeah. So I am so proud of this. It's probably, you know, it's the first of many. I guarantee that. But yeah, so just, yeah, that's how it ended. My first podium at a strongman competition at the Strongest Man in Iceland 2022. And yeah, it was just massive congratulations to Christian Jón. He's just an animal. He was just a league above everybody. The worst place he got in any event was 2nd place. It's just crazy. It was a great competition. It was just a great competition for me. I was well prepared. I'm a lot stronger than last year. I've improved so much. So, you know, I'm just very, very proud of myself, and I feel like I'm allowed to say that. But a big thank you to all the other competitors. It was a lot of fun competing with everybody, getting to know all the new guys, and you know, just, yeah, it was a lot of fun. Massive thank you to Magnus for hosting this competition year after year, and massive thank you to all the crew. The crew is such a vital part of everything, so, you know, can't forget to thank them. And yeah, so that's how that went. So now I just gotta keep working, keep eating, keep training, and we'll see more of these, and I'll do more of these recap videos for you guys. And it's a lot of fun just to have all these memories on film, like my thoughts and everything. I'm gonna sign it off here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.
Og sigurvegari og sterkasti maður á Íslandi 2022, Kristján Jón Haraldsson. Allir keppendur, þeir fengu úttekt.